So if you really want to learn, okay. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So in this lesson, I'm going to teach you the basics of the verbs in Spanish. So this playlist is just going to be about verbs. So the basic verbs that you need to know in order to, let's say, understand and be understood, right? Because I think that wherever you are, if you can say the verbs, the basic verbs, you can be understood. For example, I think that if you know English, you have the world game, right, on your side. But what if you go to Spain, you go to South America, and you're there and you don't know how to say anything? I really believe that people feel more comfortable when you talk to them in their language. Besides, learning a language is always so important, and it keeps you entertained. It gives you more value, whenever you're looking for a job, for example. Oh, I know a little bit Spanish. I think that's amazing. And many other people think that too. So, to make the long story short, I decided to make this playlist for you, for those of you who really want to go into the Spanish pool of knowledge. And this video is going to be about the verb to be, which we have learned before so long ago, and we now use it by osmosis, right? So if you know English, I think you have the advantage of that English is short in words, right? In Spanish, for to be, you have ser y estar. Maybe you have learned that before, but now I'm going to explain it to you so that you can go a little bit in depth in it. Also, down below, I'm gonna set the link for the homework I'm gonna give you, and you can download it and do it to review if you got anything out of the lesson, right? You can also leave that in the comments below. Okay, so let's start. Okay, now ser y estar. That's the name of the verb. Just like to be is the name. You don't say I'm to be, right? So you say ser, you say estar, but you don't say yo ser. That's Tarzan. You say yo soy, okay? And yo soy can only be for things that are not in a place, okay? It describes, for example, I am a teacher. Yo soy profesora. I cannot say yo estoy profesora. Estoy means a place, okay? You're in a place, you are somewhere, then you say yo estoy en mi casa. In English, it will be the same. I am a teacher, I am at home. Pero en español, but in Spanish, it should be yo soy una profesora. Yo soy profesora. Yo estoy en mi casa. Okay? Yo estoy en la escuela. I'm at school. So, it's very important that we distinguish that, because in Spanish it's not the same as in English, and we really should be very careful when learning this verb, okay? I think that could be the advantage and the difficulty when it comes to learning Spanish. Okay, so entonces yo soy feliz. It can be if you're happy, you're a happy person, then you say yo soy feliz. But in that specific moment you feel happy, then you can say yo estoy feliz. So it's not the same. It's like, for example, you say I am at school, right? Then in English will be the same, but in Spanish you need to think, where am I? Or what am I talking about? Then you choose which one to say, okay? Okay, now let's go to he, she, it, which in Spanish would be él, ella, y eso. It's good that we distinguish this, because after sometimes we're gonna know that in Spanish you need to agree the words with the person, with the gender. That doesn't happen in English, right? But in Spanish it does. So far here we know one and only one conjugation of the verb, that is he, she. it, él, ella, eso es. O él, ella, eso está. ¿Ok? Él está en la casa. He is at home. Ella está en la escuela. She is at school. Okay? Now, it is a table. Eso es una mesa. Siempre lo ponemos con es porque es una forma de ser. Okay? Now, when do we use está? Remember the first example is in a place, right? Or in the state at the moment. So, ¿dónde está la mesa? Where is the table? La mesa está en mi casa. The table is in my home. So it's a place. Then we use está, right? We use ser when it's a something, it's a shape, it's a noun. And then we use está when it's located somewhere. Okay? We're going to learn this basic, let's say, forms to use these two verbs, okay? Entonces, la mesa está en la casa. The table is in the home, right? Let's learn first is in the home. Entonces, ella está en la escuela. She is at school. Él está en la casa. He is at home. Entonces, si quiero decir que ella es profesora, lo mismo en inglés. She is a teacher. Si quiero decir que ella está en la casa, she is at home. Okay? Okay, let's go to we. We is nosotros. And it could be a little tricky to pronounce, right? But I think that Spanish can also give you the advantage that you don't necessarily need to use the pronoun. You can say somos. Instead of nosotros somos, we are, you can use only somos. Somos amigos. We are friends, yes? But we can also say estamos. Estamos en casa. We are home. Entonces, ya vimos esos dos ejemplos en los pronombres anteriores. Entonces, we use nosotros somos amigos. We are friends. Y nosotros estamos en casa. We are home. Very easy, right? Let's go with tú. In English, you have you for tú and ustedes, okay? For singular and plural. In Spanish, we have tú, usted. Si quieres hacerlo más formal, formally, you use usted. Y ustedes o vosotros, depende del español. It depends on which Spanish you're learning, right? But let's go with ustedes, okay? I think it's more common. I come from South America and we don't use vosotros. So, tú, in singular, it will be the second person in the singular form. It will be tú. Tú. Tú eres. You are. Tú eres mi amigo. You are my friend. Okay? Entonces, ¿dónde estás? Where are you? Tú estás en mi casa. You are in my home. Entonces, tú eres, tú estás. ¿Ok? Vamos entonces con ustedes. It's plural. It's the you that we use in plural. Ustedes. Ustedes son. You are. Ustedes son mis alumnos. You are my students. ¿Ok? Ustedes están en la escuela. You are in the school. You are at school. ¿Ok? Entonces, si quieren aprender el español de España, sería vosotros sois, vosotros estáis, pero no me meto ahí porque mi español es de Latinoamérica. Entonces, let's go with the third person in plural. Here, we also make a distinction, okay? So, if it's a group of boys, of men, we use ellos. If the group is only of women or girls, we use ellas, okay? So, ellos, ellas. But if the group is mixed, we always going to use ellos, okay? So, ellos, ellas is they. Ellos son, ellas están. Ellas son, ellos están. The easy thing here is that son, you can use it for ustedes and for ellos. So you should learn one less. And están, also you can use it for, it's the same use for both, right? So para ustedes y ellos is son y están. They are home. Ellos están en casa. Y they are my friends. Ellos son mis amigos. They are teachers. Ellas son profesoras. They are students. Ellos son estudiantes. Entonces, muy fácil por ahora. Solamente tenemos que pensar dónde estamos. ¿Qué queremos decir? Para poder utilizar ser o estar. We need to think, where are we? What do we want to say? Okay? Cool. Now, let's go with the negative form. The negative form, if I don't want to say, I'm not a student, I'm a teacher. So, in English we say, I'm not a student, I'm a teacher. In Spanish we add no, which is very easy. Yo no soy. Yo no soy profesora. O yo no soy estudiante. Yo no estoy en casa, estoy en la escuela. Ella no es mi amiga, es mi profesora. Él no es ingeniero. He's not an engineer. Él no es ingeniero. Es doctor. He's a doctor. ¿Sí? Entonces, muy fácil por ahora. Solo agregamos no. Nosotros no somos. We are not friends. We are not students. Nosotros no estamos. We are not at school. We're home. No estamos en casa. Okay? Now, tú eres. Can you picture how to say tú no? Sorry. Can you picture how to say you're not? Solamente you should. We need to cut that. You only have to add no. Tú no eres. Okay? Tú no estás. You're not. Okay? And ustedes. Now, let me see. You, in plural, are not teachers. How to say that? Very good. Tú, ustedes, no son profesores. Okay? Very good. And finally, of course, with ellos. Ellos no son mis amigos. Okay? Very good. Now, to finish this lesson, because we always learn the three basic forms of the simple present. It's the affirmative. I say something. Yes? And then I said the negative. I'm not. Yo no soy. And the third one is to make a simple questions that I can answer with yes or no, right? So it would be, are you a teacher? ¿Eres tú profesor? Pero en español, in Spanish, you don't have to change. You don't have to make the inversion, which is very good. I think that's the, let's say, the advantage of Spanish. You just have to change your tone. So instead of saying, I'm a teacher, then I ask, am I a teacher? That's in English. In Spanish, I say, yo soy profesora. If I want to ask myself that, which is very weird. So, yo soy profesora? So I don't have to make the inversion. So here, which is very easy for you, if you're writing, you would have to add the question marks. ¿Tú eres mi amigo? So it's the same structure, but only change your tone. So instead of saying, tú eres mi amigo, that's affirmative. Now question, ¿tú eres mi amigo? No, you're asking. Just to raise your tone at the end, and then you're making a question. How easy is that? So I think with this information I just gave you, you're going to be able to say basic things. Now, could you leave me a comment and ask me something very simple in Spanish? Okay? I'll be waiting to read those. Bye bye. See you in the next one.